Right, welcome back to Dankscott Traders Hub. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. It's Monday, the 23rd of June. Yes, we just left with about 7 days to finish this month, and yeah, it's been a great month. Those who have been trading, those who have been making money, yeah, I know that it's been a great month. Those who are part of the signals, it's been a great month. We've made money week in, week out, and we are grateful to God. So as we get started today, let's get into prayer, and we'll later get into the signals, the analysis. Father, we give you praise. Thank you for this beautiful morning. It's the 23rd of June 2025. We're just 1 week into a new month, Lord. We're just 1 week away for a new month. We know that you have been good for the past 3 weeks, and even this last week is going to be a great week that we can attest to it, Lord. We love you, Lord. As we get started today, we ask of your goodness and your love, even as we get to analyze, that you give us the knowledge and understanding of the charts and get good insights of what the market is doing, and be able to get good signals that we can take advantage of and make money today and throughout the week. We love you. We say thank you for the profits already that we are going to make in this whole week. We say thank you for today's profits. In Jesus' name we've prayed. Amen. So, as usual, without any further ado, let's get into Crush 500. Please, you can go ahead and like the stream, give us a thumbs up, and of course go ahead and share it to your friends and family. Let them be part of this as we get started. All right, Crush 500. Let's go. Excuse me. So Crush 500. This happened. This was on Friday. Yeah, this was Friday. Yes. So we wanted this, but as it happened, it gave us a flag right there. It gave us a flag, and that was a signal for the continuation of the sales, and that's when I decided I did this. So did we even make any entries of sales? Not really, not here. We never did that. So now I can delete everything right in here. Now we knew from there we were continuing sales. So when that happened, Saturday, it came to the level that, remember, those who remember, we had anticipated what? We had anticipated a heads and shoulder on this level right there, and clearly you can see that that's exactly where price came back to. If I can bring this right here, that's where price came to, and going back to daily time frame, it actually tried to come for this fair value gap on daily time frame, but what we needed was to create the right shoulder. And right now as we speak, we have started to look for this. You know, the target of this, the target will be this right there. So you want to look for something like there. That will be the target. That's where price is coming to, right there. That is where price is going to come to. Now, on Saturday, I had gotten an opportunity to make an entry, and I could be still holding. But you know, us who are intraday traders, we don't hold for more than a day. We actually hold for hours, not days. So that's what I did. So I was already waiting for when the retest, when the buys start, and this is how I did that. This was Saturday. So when it gave me that, I was waiting on it, or according to H1, that was another change, that was another inverted heads and shoulder on H1 that I took advantage of on the start of the right shoulder. And when it retested there, I took my money. I thought it would come and retest. It never gave me that, so I missed to actually hold and hit the target I was looking for right there. But it's okay, I made some money right there, even though it was for not what I wanted, but I made some money right there. So that was on Saturday. So now I can delete this. I have to let you know that we are now big time buys on Crash 500. So those who love buying Crash 500, this is your time to engage into this buy. So let's look at how we are going to actually make an entry on this asset. So let's first delete all that. Now Saturday it gave us this on crash here on H1, and then we never saw any pullback to actually anticipate another entry. So I can delete all this. Now this was Saturday, Sunday, yesterday. So yesterday it just gave us a short pullback right there and then continued with buys. That's how volatile it is in as far as buys are concerned. It is very bullish. So if you're looking for making money, I don't know whether we'll get even an entry, because it's not giving any big pullbacks that we anticipated. So first of all, today is a Monday and we clearly see that price is now oversold on H1. That could be a significant thing. H4, it's not yet where we wanted it, like on the retest there, not yet. So I don't know whether we are going to see a retest. Okay, let's go back to H1, M15. M15 it's selling. So not yet, we are not yet to see some sales or a retest. So what we do is, M15 is M15, what are we seeing here? What is this? What is this? What is this there? Okay, so we know this, so we know that. So it's coming back here, it's coming back around there, then we can get into some retest. But according to M15, it's likely to first give us this. According to M15, it's likely to first give us this. So we have to wait and see if it is actually going to give it to us, then we wait. But for me, I will wait for the sales. Because I need this retest on H1. So this retest is likely to take me where H4. So it's likely to bring us back to, this is a low, that is a high, so we can first use this one right here, and then on M15, on H1, then look at that level. That could be the point of interest right there for us to anticipate retest or pullback on H1. And then of course on the other hand, this would be the other level. That would be this. that will be according to H4, so it will be between this level right here. So for now, those are my points of interest. So if I go to H4, this will be the fair value gap right there. So it means price would be looking for that kind of fair value gap right here, right there, and clearly it's what I'm anticipating right here. Then we can get back into buys. So for now, this is just going to be a no-go for me. I will wait price to reach there, then I can come in with sales. But if price decides to first give me this according to M15, then nothing will stop me to enter the buy to reach all the way back there. So that is how I'm going to anticipate this today. For now, I have no entry. I have to wait for what comes first, whether this pull back here on M15 or whether that, then I come in with sales. Boom 1,000. Let's go to boom 1,000. I hope my sound is clear. Please let me know so that I do what? So that I rectify that if there is any issue before we can continue. Please help me check if the sound is clear. This is a one-man kind of thing that I'm doing, so I have no assistant to help me check the sound. So help me and check and see if there is any issues with the sound, so that I can provide a good, better sound. So boom 1,000, what did we last see? So this was on Sunday, Saturday, Friday. So Friday, we knew this was happening, that sell all the way there. Then I was looking for buys, in fact. So let me first delete everything there. So Friday we were selling. Did I make any sales? Not really. On Saturday I was looking for buys, and I made some big losses right there. Yeah, so it's boom 1,000. So those were losses on Saturday. Now in a minute I'm going to explain why I made losses right there. So this was like a descending triangle. Descending triangles, we all know that normally they are continuation patterns. So since it was made like this, we knew we were supposed to look for continuation, meaning sales. But then price had reached that level, so I was anticipating a pullback to go at least back there before we can continue with sales. To my surprise, price went all the way, and that was the reason why even I was on that order block. So I thought price is going to give us a reversal here, and then we first get back up into buys before we continue sales. So price took me out there, and again I entered buys again right on the line, on that line. Again it took me out. After taking me out, it went for the buys all the way back inside that descending triangle. So I was furious because I had lost some good money there. But yeah, that was my bad, and I think, I don't know, like we've heard so many times from people, and we've heard from traders, sometimes brokers can decide to trade against you when they know that you are waiting on, a lot of people are waiting on the same level to actually enter a certain position, whether buy or sell. They can easily trade against you. So that is how they make money, and for them they make money whether you are in profits or in losses, they still make money. So I realized here I couldn't of course enter again because I was already crushed by these moves, several moves here, this move here, then that move here, when it took me out here. So as I speak, I need to recover some losses from boom 1,000. So that I made on Saturday. So let's look at that. So it went back, but of course on reaching there, I had already anticipated that we are coming to continue with sales. Why? Because this was our TP level all the way from the H4, I believe. No, from actually daily time frame. Why? Because of this move that brought us into that consolidation right there. You can clearly see that. So clearly price came and touched in that level right there. You can see it right here. And now we are looking for buys. Now that's where we can start to look for buys. So according to daily time frame, we are oversold now. According to weekly time frame though, we haven't reached the retracement level, so it means price is likely to come back a bit into sales. We will wait for that. But as of now, as we speak now, we are looking for buys. So you can see the last 4H candle, H4 candle, you can see what it did. It was engulfing. It engulfed 3 sell candles right there. You can see that. That tells you how big the momentum of the bullish guys is. So let's now wait. Go to H1. H1, and what are we seeing? We are also oversold, but we are not yet ready to sell. All we need is price to return back to this order block. Yeah, we need price to return to that order block on H1, and that will be my perfect entry to look for something like that. So for now, I have no business with this. Delete that, delete this, and probably this also can go, and this I don't need it. Don't need this. Let's go to H4. We can take this up. Let's do this right about there. That is an order block up there, even though it is not a valid one, but you can see price touched into it and then went into sales again. So we can anticipate the price will be getting back to that level. So for now we wait. We need a pullback here for us to get into buys. So until I see one, I have no business with this. There's some reaction, price reaction happening right here on that fair value gap. So probably it's going to hold price and cause a retest. So let's wait and see if we can see some retest. According to M15, we haven't seen any reaction to cause that, but rather I see that we are likely actually to continue with buys, because this can easily be seen as a pennant. This can easily be seen as a pennant right there. So this is a pennant. This is somehow seen as a pennant, and pennants, we know they actually go for that. They actually continue with buys. That's what we know about pennants. So for now, yeah, we are likely to continue with buys. Even though we are seeing this was a change of character, anticipation of a fake breakout here. I don't know if it will happen. We'll have to anticipate it, meaning you just can't just rush into what? You can't just rush into buys. You can anticipate fake breakout before you can come in with continuation of this buy right here. So for now, I have no business with this. I have a lot of ways. Now that we've seen this is sort of a pennant, we know that the continuation is going to happen. This move is likely not to happen now. This one right here. In fact, I should delete it. this move right here to come back to this order block, which is H1 order block, is likely not to happen now. Yeah, it's likely to happen on H4, and that will be a pullback to this H4 order block, this order block here, this red candle. But for now on H1, we are likely to continue with the buy move according to M15, just like we've seen. But you can anticipate this kind of a fake breakout here, only to later give you that kind of a move to the upside. All right, that is enough on Boom 1000. Let's wait for it and see if it happens to retest all the way back here. Better, because that's where we had our first anticipation to this H1 order block right here. But if it doesn't, then you know we are looking for bulls, not bears. So today we are bulls. Please look for bulls, not bears. Boom 500. Boom 500. Let's look at Boom 500. So this was one of the assets that also gave me I made some losses. I was in it for I was holding it actually. It gave me profits. I failed to close. Then it came and took the profits. That's how these guys are. So it was my own mistakes that caused me that loss, but I should have walked out with some good money. So let me show you how it happened. And of course, that was a lesson that I learned. Yeah, not holding for long, and when to take what the market has presented you already. So this is what happened. This is Sunday, Saturday, Friday. So Friday, we knew we were still looking for sales, though we needed a fake breakout there to later continue with sales. Sales began immediately. So did I make any entry? Not really, but I think on the other account I did. Yeah, I remember we entered some sales on Boom 500. Yeah, we entered some sales. Those who are on VIP, I remember sharing the sales on Boom 500. So we sold this, and we had two levels where we wanted buys to start from according to H4, this fair value gap here, and of course the order block down below. So what happened? Friday we sold, so I can delete everything here, and that can remain, so delete that. So we sold, and then price reached the OH4 order block. Then the buys started. So I was led to enter the buy, so I entered the first entry there, then the one here. We went into profits, then came back to losses, then touched this other level, and then I entered again buys. I kept in, I held until yesterday, and then of course I was in big profits right here. I was in some big profits right here, but I don't know what happened. I missed to close in time, and then it came all the way back into profits and actually found me when I was trying to break even right here, and it took me out right there. That's how I made that loss yesterday. So after of course taking me out, it reacted all the way back to the TP of that support level. You can see that. So it reacted all the way back, and then today morning the buys started right there. So as we speak, we know that we are going to be anticipating some long time buys. This is going to be massive buys. These are going to be massive buys. If I can go to H4, these are going to be massive buys according to H4, according to daily time frame, according to, I think weekly we are not yet. Okay, so this is going to be a daily and H4. So the reason why we are anticipating buys there is because of that order block. That is a weekly order block, and price has touched it. So that's the reason why we are looking for buys. And clearly you can see that the candle that is starting is currently buy candle, the daily candle, and that is what we are seeing currently. So price is above our 10 MA. I would love to put Bollinger here to just see, to confirm something here. Yep, I think we are ready to enter this buy. So do we have an entry on lower time frame? Not yet. Let's wait for an entry on lower time frame, then we can make this entry. So probably this is a change of character here. First remove the Bollinger. So this is a change of character, that is a pullback, then higher high, higher low, higher high there. So all we need is price to react to such a level right there, or yeah, at least here. Then you can make your entry. If it continues a bit low, then you can add another entry. Of course, we know that we are going to be in buys, so you know that you are going to be making money to the buy side, not to the sell side. So for now, I have no business with this. All I need is a pullback. Here or all the way down here. Then I can come in with my buys to that level or to this level, this other order block right there, right here. So that's what I mean. Pullbacks from that level, then I get into my buy entries. All right, so enough of this. Let's now get into V25 1S. V25 1S. So Vol25, yes, we last traded. Did we make any entries on Friday? You see, it was a sell and it automatically took me out at break even. Okay, but it is a bit crazy, so we first need to understand what we are looking for, and then we delete a lot of things here. So first of all, this is Sunday, Saturday, Friday. So Friday we knew that we were going to continue with sales right here. Why? Because of that right there. So that's why we saw this, and then it reached that fair value gap. I think, is it a fair value gap or another block? So first delete everything here. Right, so it came all the way here. Then Saturday we needed still continuation of that to here. It did not reach to the order block, but then it gave us a change of character. So now we can delete everything right here, within here, everything that is not necessary right there. So this became a change of character on H1. That is a change of character right there. So price reacted to it, and then the buy started. And then look at this. This was a clear, pure sniper entry that we just missed. This was late, early morning. At what time was this? This was midnight 2 at 2 a.m. in the morning. So this is when you're supposed to make that entry. Return to that order block. That is pure clean buy entry that was confirmed right there. So go back to this. Remember that it was giving us something like that. Then now we know this. So we know the price is going to get there, but now it's going to actually, I think it's now going to this time breakout right here. It's going to this time breakout and continue with the buys. According to H4 though, it needs to come down, but I doubt it will. think it will. I think it will come down according to what we want. On H1 we need it to continue with buys, but then H4 says sells, M15 says buys, so that means we have no option but to continue with buys. So what are we going to see here? It has touched that fair value gap right here on H1, and we are seeing some reaction. So according to M15, we have low momentum of buys, so it means it needs to do some retracement. So can we understand where it is going to retrace from? Let's see. According to Fib, we know that it's likely coming back between this level right here, so we need it to make a pullback here, right there, and then we come in with buys to reach the other trend line. So once we know that, then we need to know what is here, what conference is that. Yeah, that's where a lot of price, okay, it is actually a fair value gap on M15, so that's the reason why it has to react back here, and then we can continue with buys. So for now, let's wait for this, and then buys come in. Can we enter sales? Yeah, I think we can when it gives us a retest, or you can even enter now, but the sales are not yet confirmed. You need to see it at least below the 10 MA, or to give you a change of character like this on M1. That could be the confirmation, but this is only on M1. You can wait for the one on M5, then you can enter this kind of sell to bring you right on this fair value gap. So that is it for now on V25S. This, then that. Leave it on M15, I believe, or H1, whichever you want, but let's leave it on M15 or M5 actually. Then we'll come back for it before we finish. V75, this is a mess. What was I doing? The only issue is I even go to M1 and analyze, so that's why sometimes my charts are a mess when I'm trying to understand what is happening. So for now, let's go to H1. That's where we are, V75. This is Sunday, Saturday, Friday. So Friday we knew we were looking for sales to reach this level. So price started to sell. Did we make any sales? Yeah, we made sales. We made sales actually right here, and then I was taken out, and then because I had made that was a wrong analysis, purely wrong analysis, because it was coming from that support. Why did I look for sales, not buys? That is a mess. So that was a wrong thing, so I made a loss there. So let's delete this, that. We don't need this. All these internal structures that we don't need, so we can delete that. So now, after giving us this, delete that there. Price was coming all the way here. It failed to reach that fair value gap, so that means that we were not still ready to get into buys, some long-term buys, because this was the analysis, price to come here and then get us there. So still, those who had entered buys right here, they could not continue with buys because price was not yet ready to give us buys until it touched that fair value gap. So if you missed Friday analysis, please go back to episode number 168. You'll be able to see why we analyze that price will come to this fair value gap and then get us into buys. So for now, we don't need all this. We now know that we are in buys, and the confirmation is right there. Change of character, and pull back to the change of character right here on this order block. Look at that, on that order block. So now we should be getting into buys right here. This is H1. We should be getting into buys. but on H4 prices below our 10 MA, prices below our 10 MA. The analysis on Friday was showing us that we need to get up there to meet that, and then we can start sales. It happened, but then the momentum we still have on H4 is for buys, although on daily time frame we need sales. Weird. So what are we going to see? I think we are going to see some short buys according to M15. Oh no. Yeah, short buys according to M15 and H4. Then we later continue with sales, which are according to daily time frame. But I know that even on H4 we are likely to see this to reach all the way back there before we can come in with sales. So that's what I'm actually going to be anticipating. So according to H4, so go to H1. H1 we are looking for buys. We have to look for buys. H1, even though it is saying we need sales, so I can have this as my support right there. Go to M15 and see. Yeah, I'm not going to trade this now. I'm not going to trade it. I need to get a clear view of what I'm likely to deal with. Yeah, so for now this is a no-go for me. I can do what? I can scalp it. I can scalp it. But this here tells me that I'm selling. Right here, the structure itself, that I'm selling. Right there, that I'm going to continue selling to reach here. But even that is a first TP, this is a second TP. So that only structure shows me that I need to continue selling according to M5. And even M15 already shows that, so what do I do? That is a rising wedge. It can easily come for that to give me a fake breakout to reach that conference area, then continue selling. So do I wait? Do I enter? Let me wait. If it breaks that, then it's going to go for the retest that we need according to H1. But then if it fails to break it, then it's coming with the sales to reach all the way down and break this weird level, which is an order block, to continue with sales, but probably even reach all the way down below according to M15 and H1. So for now we wait. According to this, we need to be selling. This is a what? This is a rising wedge, but even this can be drawn like this. You need to understand that. So don't be, this is a high, low, high, low here. So yeah, it can easily be drawn like this. So for now I have to wait. I don't have any business with this. It's just a matter of waiting to get a clear overview of what is about to happen. Jump 50. Right about here, jump 50. Friday we needed something like that, then we can continue sales. But most of the times when it is like a retracement kind of move, it doesn't give us this. So we never saw that, and we saw the price continue. It even broke that support to come all the way down below and then of course I never traded it on Saturday, no, not even Friday. I was supposed to enter those sales, but I never got a retracement. So on reaching here, price reacted to that, then went all the way back to that level. So we can clearly see that. So this is currently our support area. That is our current support area. So reaching that support, delete that. All this can be taken out. Delete. So reaching that support, price may give us a change of character on H1 right there. Our confirmation of it went and gave us a break of structure, and we started to see highs and lows. So for now, go to H4. On reaching H4, this kind of pullback that we needed on Saturday and Friday, it has happened right there. That is what we wanted. So this becomes like our neckline right here, right there. So you need to understand that. So this becomes like our neckline. So we know that that is done. We are coming with something like this to reach here or to go all the way down below. So first take out that. So H4, we need sells. Daily time frame, we need to continue with buys. We need to continue with buys, but we cannot continue with buys when H4 is giving us sell momentum. So weekly, we need sells. Okay, so now I'm left to look at M15. We need sells, nothing else. So M15 is showing sells, H4 is showing sells. There's nothing you're going to tell me nothing about. So all I need is price to come a bit here, then give me a pullback to confirm that, and that means I will be starting with my sells, no doubt. But now let me tell you this, sometimes price doesn't give you this retest. So I rather enter here, I rather make my entry here and suffer a loss than do what? Than wait for a retest that I may end up not getting. So I rather enter here. When it makes a pullback, I make another entry. Yeah, so that is what I now decided to do. At least the trade, a position I enter it 2 times. I rather suffer a loss that I know I can manage than regret not entering later when I know I was already looking for that entry. So for now, my sell has locked in, and I'll be looking for my first TP probably around that area there. If it goes ahead, if it makes this and goes ahead, I will enter another one, or if it goes ahead again to probably back to this order block, I'll still make another entry. To push for this kind of sell. So for now, that's it. Jump 50, I'm in for sales. All right, now let's get into another asset, which is jump 25. Jump 25. So H1, we saw, this is Saturday, Friday. So Friday, that fake breakout to get into sales. So we saw that, we already wanted that, and it happened beautifully, just like we analyzed. Those who missed the episode of Friday, go and look for it, episode 168, and you'll be able to understand why we knew that price was going to sell. So it sold perfectly and went all the way back to the levels that we had already understood. We had already marked that order block, this support level, and of course the last one was this other level of trend line or of itself daily fair value gap that we already knew. So price came to that. So came to this, went into buys, then came again, to this, went into buys and came again all the way to touch the trend line that we have right there. You can clearly see it right there. This was a channel that price has been moving within for the past, I think, for the past 3 months. Yeah, for the past 3 months, it's been moving within this channel, and now we can get to understand that buys have started. They started yesterday actually. So now delete everything right there, right here, right here, right here, right there. Price, we know it's going all the way up there, so delete everything right here. Delete. Did I make any entry? Yeah, I made an entry, but surprisingly right here, it came back when it had already gone in profits, came and took me out on my SL in profits. I was furious with that. It was just a liquidity grab or a stop hunt like that. It took me out and immediately went into the buys. That was on Saturday, so I never entered it again. That is the reason why, that's the reason why I never entered is, first of all, I'm not used to trading on Saturday, so I was going against my rules that I put. So right about here, we see something like that. That is a good thing right there. So this is a change of character on, that is a change of character on H, that is a change of character on H1. So we know that price is supposed to be coming back. Supposed to be coming back. It is supposed to be coming back. But now I see this, that tells me we may not see it actually come back right there, that grab of that fair value gap. But we know on H4 it will have to come back. Yeah, on H4 it will have to come back. So all we need is for it to come back, and then we get into the buys. So let's go to this daily. We need buys. H4, we need it to come and then get into buys later. So we know that it has to come for this on H4. Grab that and then get us into buys. So we are going to wait for this fair value gap to be mitigated right there. That is what we are going to anticipate there, and then buys start from there. Alright, so now that we know that, go back to H1. Okay, go to M15. Yes, M15 is giving us sells. Do we enter now? I believe we should. If we enter now, you're going to put your stop loss above here. You're going to put your stop loss above there if you enter now. So go back to M15. M5. Let's look at M5. Price is not giving us, price is not yet below our 10 MA. I would wait for the second candle here to make my entry. Yeah, let's wait for the second candle here. If it is a sale and closes as a sale, then we make an entry. But hopefully you could wait for price to be below 10 MA. That is a better option to get into sales. But all we know is we're going to look for sales right here. But we are not yet having a confirmed entry yet. Alright, so let's go to our last asset. Oh, not our last, we added gold, so we still have about 5 minutes. We can even look at gold. So let's first look at a jump 10, and then we look at gold. So jump 10, it was a mess. Also. Somehow I keep on saying these guys are trading against us. Anyways, so let's look at this. Let's delete everything here. This is Friday, so yeah, we knew this, we knew that. So did I make an entry? Yeah, we made money on jump 10. Yeah, I made that money, but then I made another entry that took me out, so I closed on Friday, but we had already made enough money. Those who remember, those who are on VIP, we made enough money on jump 10. So Friday, it was a good day. So Saturday came in. Now this is where I was furious with this. I knew this. The price was going to react there, and you can see that I had a sniper entry right there. That was a sniper sell entry. So I entered a sell, it went into profits, then it made this pullback. And as a person who doesn't normally trade Saturday, and I was of course already tired, so I said, well, what, let me move out. The moment I moved out, look what happened. Sales came in. They came in all the way to Sunday. All the way to Sunday. I was waiting for some pullback here for the buy right on this order block. This was an M15 order block. I tell you, because I'm not ashamed to make losses, but the way I always tell you, what makes you different is how you manage your losses. Do you allow your losses to control you? Do you allow your losses to make you fail to enter another trade when you see it, or you learn from your losses and carry on? So me, I always show you my losses. This was a loss right here. I mean, this was a profit. It took me out immediately. Went. I was supposed to keep holding with this sell move, because now this was some sort of like a falling wedge. So I knew that price is likely to do this and come back here, then we come in with sales. That is my anticipation, and that's what made me to close short here, and it faked me. It faked me. When it faked me, I looked at the previous order block right here. So I was looking for a pullback here, at least to take me right back there to enter now sales from there. This pullback never happened. These guys, it's like these guys were already understanding what we wanted. So the price consolidated for so long overnight. So I made a choice to keep my trades run overnight to through Sunday. So price unfortunately came, took me out, and then it continued with the sell. This never happened, and that's how I realized these guys, somehow they be knowing what we are doing, and they can choose to trade against the traders. So after understanding that, on Saturday, actually yesterday, I made a choice never to again leave my trades running as long as I'm trading synthetics. Yeah, I made that choice. Yeah, so that happened, and the sales continued. So we never saw any pullback from that M15 move. This was the only pullback, so it was a consolidation. I was supposed to close it and call it a night, but I held up. So I learned a lesson never to hold any synthetic indices overnight, because I realized these guys can choose to trade against you and you suffer losses. So already we are looking for sales from there. This is what we knew all the way from H4 and daily time frame. So retest there and sales to continue to come all the way to this trend line, and we have now reached that trend line. Remember, we've been trading within this channel for so long, so now we know that we have reached that trend line. So what happens? Buys. So are we ready for buys? Not really. Not really. So it means this is just a fake change of character on H4 and even on H1. So we know that price is going to consolidate and come all the way back here. So this is no go for us. We can't trade this. We need this to be oversold on H4. Then we can come in with buys to take us all the way back to that trend line. Alright, so this is a no-go for me. I'm not going to trade something like this. Oh, M15 is actually giving us something. M15 is giving us sort of like a double top. So it's coming here. It has to come there. It can even give us a fake breakout down below, then later on give us the buys. So can we make an entry there? Would you want to risk something like this? Let's go to M5. I think you can, according to M5 and M15. I think you can. Nothing is left back, only this fair value gap that will be left here. So entering here wouldn't do you bad. Entering here and putting your stop loss right here. If it comes to grab it, you have to realize that these guys, they jump. These assets jump, so you can look for your stop loss, your TP just all the way here, probably, as it moves. So the whole of today it is likely to move just this short. It can easily come all the way here, so you can look for your TP around that area. But we are likely to see this for the whole of today. It doesn't have some big momentum for neither sales nor buys. So this sell is on M15 and M5, so you can enter, grab what you can take, and then move out. You can do that. So this is jump 10. All right, so let's now conclude with gold, and we call it a day. Look at that. Look at that. Wow. So those who remember, we were looking for sales on Friday on gold. We wanted gold to bring us all the way to this order block. Is it an order block? Let's see. Yeah, it's an H1 order block right there. So we wanted our sales to come around that order block, but we realized later that it was within a channel, so it broke out of the channel successfully and it started to react from there. So yeah, of course I made some money right here. Within here I made some money of sales and another for the buy, short buys there. But then on opening today or this week, look at that jump into all the way up there, almost that order block there. And then the sales began immediately. The sales began immediately. But now I want us to show you, I'm going to show you something that is about to challenge what we've been seeing. So delete everything right there, even this. Oh, we're supposed to leave this line here. So delete this, take away that. All right, so now if I go to H4, bring this here, let's delete this here. If I go to H4, price is below my 10 MA, but then we have a support right here. Right here we have a support, and looking at that, price has reacted to this order block. Price has just reacted to this order block right there. If I go to H1, you will see that it has reacted to this one right here, right there, that order block. That is a buy signal for us. This is a buy signal for us to push us all the way up. But then to where exactly? We don't see any liquidity left back apart from that fair value gap. Oh, okay, so that's the reason why I was having this move right here to take me here. Okay, so now this can be this to take us all the way up there. According to daily we need sales, according to H4 we need sales, but H1 we need buys, and M15 we need sales. Weird. That's so weird. That's very weird. That's weird. Very weird. Please don't look for buys yet. Don't look for buys yet. Yes, I love the setup here, but this setup cannot take you far. It's not going to take you far. it's likely to bring you just around such an area and then get into sales again. So please, you can make your buys here, but short buys to reach there. Those who love scalping, and of course I know guys of gold, I don't love trading it a lot, so guys of gold, you can trade this to reach there, and then you look for sales later. But you have to know that at the end of the day, we will be looking for sales. I love the setup here, the way what it has done here, but it's not something that will give us some long-term buys according to what we have on higher time frames. It's not something that will give you long-term buys. It's just short-term buys and then get back into sales. So if you want that, then you can wait. I'm not entirely ready to enter any entries right here because of what I'm seeing right here, this confluence area here. I'm not ready for that. So I have no business with gold right now. You can wait for New York session. Of course, London session has started, but it can be a bit tricky. This here can be the consolidation right there, and this can be the manipulation right up there, and then sales can come in later along with the New York session. So you need to know that. Those who started, you know what we call AMD. Which is that being your A, this being your manipulation right there, and of course this being your distribution right here, your distribution. So this can be your A, accumulation right here, right within there. Then this as your mitigation move or manipulation move, whatever you want to call it. And this can even go as all the way to that fair value gap, even up there. So you need to know that. So those who are looking, this normally happens a lot in forex. This kind of move right here, it normally happens a lot in forex. So you can wait for something like this. So this buy is actually on. It's likely to get us right there. Then sales begin right there. This is gold, guys. Forgive me, I forgot to write it. This is gold, or what you call XAU stroke USD. So that is gold right there. So that's what we're looking at. So you need to know that is what is happening. So for me, I have no business with it. I can wait for some sales here when probably New York session comes in. So for now, it's a no-go. Let's now do the recap and we call it a day. We started with crash. So we wanted pullback here, then we can look for that, but it's not actually giving it to us. It's actually reacting to this fair value gap right there. By the time we analyze, we never had it, so it has reacted to that fair value gap to continue, but we know we want sales from there, so we can wait for that. Boom 1000, I told you it's likely to break this and continue with buys, but we can anticipate a fake breakout here, then the buys come in, or to come all the way to this H1 order block, like I told you, come here on this H1 order block and then get into buys. So for now, we wait. But what you need to know is we're going to look for buys. Then the other thing is, on crash 500, I want to remind you that we started long-term buys, but we need buys from this level. The buys will be starting from at least this level here to start some long-time buys. So for now, we need this pullback just on H4. This is going to be a pullback on H4 and H1. All right, so boom 1000, like I've told you, this, and then we get into buys, or here, then the buys. Boom 500, same thing. We need at least a pullback to this level or that level, then we can get into buys. You need to know that. So for now, we have no business with it. Volatility 25S, we need sales. We need sales to reach here. Let's see, get into M5, M15, H1. Yeah, we need it all the way here, and then we can get into buys again. So are we having a confirmation of this? Not yet. So we need to wait for it. We need to wait for it. Like I had told you, we need to see a confirmation. So for this, we just need to have a confirmation on M5 of a reversal signal, then we can engage in it. V75, we are looking for that, and clearly I think we were supposed to enter. I think we were supposed to enter that sell to bring us here. Yeah, we were supposed to enter where we are currently and bring us here, because this flag is now on. This flag is now on. So can I enter now? Let me wait. I'm already in other two trades, so I can't afford to mess up with this other one. So this other one is jump 50. We entered it, and clearly we are now in floating losses, but I told you if it goes back there, we make another entry to look for the sell. So for now, it is in some floating losses. Jump 25, I think it has taken me out. I think I had entered. Let me see. I think I had entered. I'm not seeing anything. So I don't know. I think it is not this one. I think it was jump 10. So this one we need pullback here, then we can enter buys. So for it, I said if we enter now, you will have to put your stop loss above there. But then what has happened? This is M15. Oh no, not yet. It's going all the way up. So for now we wait for it. Jump 10 is the other second trade we entered. We are in some profits as we speak. So we wait. It has found some reaction here. It may go back again, which tells us that we are likely to see, if this holds up and fails to break it, then we are likely to see some range kind of move right here, back and forth, and then later it goes with buys. So I would actually close now because of this right here, because of this area right here. This is M15. Yeah, I would actually close here. I'll just close. Why? Because of this. It's likely to keep on playing within here like that, and probably later gives you a fake breakout like we wanted earlier, and then later it comes with the buy. and later comes with a buy. So that's what is likely to happen right here. So for now, I wouldn't keep in it. So I've just closed my sales because I've seen this. It's likely to keep holding until it breaks it later. So for now, this is a no-go for me. So I've kept in jump 50, where I'm about to add in another entry and then wait for the sales. All right, I think that's it for me today. Then for gold, I've said we need to just wait. We need to just wait because there's a lot of consolidation going to keep happening right here on M15, even on HM5. But like I told you, the distribution normally happens in New York session, so let's wait. Manipulation normally happens in the London session, and this will be like the manipulation move to reach the other level, and then we wait for the distribution. So for now, it's going to be a no-go for me as I keep on waiting. Let me wish you guys a good day. Happy trading. See you tomorrow, same time, 10:30 to 11:30. And of course, those who want to register for the new month mentorship class, the information is on your screen. You can go ahead and subscribe, register. And then of course, this is the last week of of June. So I'm opening officially subscription for the VIP platform for signals, and of course even for the mentorship class. I wish you guys a good day. Happy trading. See you tomorrow, same time, 10:30 to 11:30.